Welcome to the CaGBC's LEED Technical Insights videos. In this series, we're focusing on some of the important updates to LEED that were included in the November addenda. The Canada Green Building Council acts as the voice of the green building sector, working with our technical advisory groups, steering committee volunteers, and industry stakeholders to ensure LEED reflects the unique needs of the Canadian market. My name is Ryan Heays. I'm a LEED reviewer for GBCI Canada. In this video, we're going to talk about the key changes to the Building Lifecycle Impact Reduction, Environmental Product Declarations, Sourcing of Raw Materials, and Material Ingredients Credits. We'll also talk about the Low Emitting Materials Credit. You can find updated versions of the rating systems and beta guides on the CaGBC website. You can also download the rating systems with track changes, which gives you a clear picture of all the changes. As you can see from the track changes version here, this credit has undergone lots of changes. So let's dive in. For BD&C projects, the Building Lifecycle Impact Reduction Credit saw significant changes to the whole Building Lifecycle Assessment option with the initial release of version 4.1. The November addenda turned its focus to the other options: historic building reuse, renovation of abandoned or blighted buildings, and building and material reuse. These have all been combined into option 1, building and material reuse. The most significant revisions to the requirements are regarding option 1, with the removal of local, provincial, or national designation of historic places requirement, removal of abandoned or blighted building requirement, and the consolidation of the building and material reuse into 2 pathways: structural elements and interior non-structural elements. It essentially restores the LEED 2009 pathways that provided simpler, more prescriptive calculations. This allows projects to select either one or both types of reuse depending on project scope. There are also lower thresholds and more of them, giving projects more opportunities to earn points. Speaking of points, this credit now has exemplary performance thresholds. For option 1, projects must reuse 90% of the building. For option 2, projects must demonstrate a 40% reduction in global warming potential. Talking specifically about ID&C rating system, the Interior's Lifecycle Impact Reduction Credit has undergone several significant changes. Option 1 combined interior non-structural element reuse and furniture reuse. Like BD&C changes, there are now 2 paths: one that groups furniture and non-structural elements together, and a second path which allows projects to focus reuse efforts on either furniture or non-structural elements. Overall, option 1 has become much more flexible. Speaking of flexible, option 2, previously named Design for Flexibility, added disassembly to the title. While disassembly was addressed previously, the updated requirements have more of a pointed focus on demountable materials, which speaks more to the intent of the credit. The biggest change to the credit, however, is the new option to conduct a life cycle assessment for the project's interiors. Interior projects can now conduct an LCA for the entire scope of work, that is, structure if any, ceilings, walls, flooring, interior partitions, insulation, framing, finishes, coatings, and furnishings. Similar to BD&C, there are stepped paths with increasing stringency of requirements. First path for 1 point is to simply conduct a compliant life cycle assessment. Path 2, worth 2 points, is to conduct an assessment and compare it to a baseline, so there's no reduction requirements for this path. Path 3, for 3 points, requires a project to incorporate reuse and salvaged elements and demonstrate a reduction in 3 impact categories, one of which must be global warming potential. Lastly, in the materials and resources category, building product disclosure and optimization credits dropped the BPDO in favor of shorter names. Additionally, option 2 for EPD and material ingredients credits were reorganized into tables to more clearly present the requirements and related product or cost valuations. Beyond that, option 2 of the EPD credit was revised to highlight embodied carbon optimization of products. Similar to option 2 of the building life cycle impact reduction credit, option 2 of the EPD credit uses baseline and optimized comparisons of LCA and EPD documents for specific products as opposed to the overall building structure and envelope. It's an apples to apples comparison to demonstrate optimization of products. And like option 1, it offers tiered valuations, in this case for increasing reductions in embodied carbon. The last credit we'll highlight in this video is low emitting materials. This is a credit that is commonly pursued and is one that has had a big impact on the industry. LEED V4 shook up the market by increasing stringency and adding requirements for VOC emissions on top of VOC content. The November addenda has refined the credit with multiple small modifications and clarifications to increase uptake. Most significantly, the addenda has incorporated the allowance for a budget approach for paints and coatings, as well as adhesives and sealants category, in order to meet the VOC content evaluation. Additionally, many of the product categories now include examples, which is a very welcome clarification. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to check out our other videos in the series, which have already been released, such as surrounding density and diverse uses, quality views, and optimized process water use. And stay tuned for upcoming videos listed here. We'll be releasing these videos week by week through to the end of January 2021. You can find these videos on the CaGBC channel of YouTube. For any questions or more information, please contact us at leadcoach@gbcicanada.ca. Thank you very much for watching.